Hello everyone, my name is Kerolyn, and today I'm here with my friend Davi Pierrot to present our research, the impact of English language on the academic life of CCS students. I study English language learning among health science students at the CCS. So the objective in our research is understand the English learning experience of students in medical programs at CCS, specifically investigates their relationship with the language and how they perceive the importance for their academic and professional development. Uh, our research relevance is that the English is the lingua franca of science and it's essential for reading nearly all scientific articles and many of materials um, used at CCS. The proficiency in language is a requirement for graduate school admission and a crucial tool that open doors in medical and scientific careers. Um, Identifying gaps in education. The research reveals skills imbalance the gap, where students are strong readers, but um, a lot of them feel insecure when speaking in English, and highlighting the need for institutional support focused on academic English.
Hi, my name is Davi, and I'm talking about the methodology of our research. So we select of participants, the medicine and biomedicine students of different races, ages, and genders who were present at the CCS on July 24 between 7:30 a.m. and 9 a.m. and agreed to participate with our study. And we have our data collection. We asked participants for permissions to have audio record the interviews. So we considered was rated. The interview were recorded and later transcribed from the slides. And if permission was not granted, we wrote notes were taken instead. And our interview process, we first introduce ourselves and explain our purpose of our study in Portuguese. And then we ask him whether the participants feels comfortable answer the questions in English or in Portuguese. All our interview were asking questions to the students in English, but the participants were free to respond in English, Portuguese, or combination both language that if they prefer. But when we put all together in the slide, we put all this in English. So we have some questions that we made to them, and we will present the more relevant questions in our slides. But some of them, that is how old are you, what course, gender, and have others like what materials are expensive, or do you think you could do well your course without English, and other questions. So we will start our presentation about our questions and our slides of how we do our research.
So now I will present the participants profile. So we have 6 participants and we collected data about their age, race, gender, neighborhood, course, and period. The age of the participants varies. So we have participants with uh, with 19 years old, and we have participants of 25 years old. The most of participants are white women, and we have four medicine students and two biomedicine students.
Our first question in our research was, where did you study English? And we started asking that to know that the most of them have to study in private school or have courses specific in English, like the six. Yes, I studied English for 4 years when I was 16 years old in Fishki.
The second question is, how would you describe your experience learning English? So the most of participants describe the experience of learning English as something good, and they related that really enjoyed the the experience of learning. Um, for example, the participant two that say, overall, I have had a positive experience learning English. I enjoyed learning through games, movies, and TV series, even though speaking is still difficult for me.
Our next question was, what teaching methods we use it in our English classes? And most of them say that the English class was focused only on grammar, and the teachers only focus in making activities about that. Like the third, that the classes focus mainly on grammar. The teacher presented the content, and then we complete different kind of grammar exercise. So the focus is mostly only in grammar in the English classes, in courses and schools.
The next question is, do you prefer grammar-focused classes or conversation-focused classes? The most of participants say they prefer conversation classes and classes focused on speaking. So like the participation five that said, I prefer conversation focused classes because my biggest difficulty is speaking.
Next question was, what materials did you use in your English classes? And most of them say that uses books and textbooks, scientific articles, current online, and using the internet, like playing video games, TV series, teen movies, like the number two that said I use it school materials and English courses, video games, TV series, movies, and online contents. And the English courses require payment, but most of the other materials was easily accessible.
So this question is, did you learn more English by yourself or at school? The most of participants are going to courses, to particular courses, but they also say that learn more English by themselves with movies, games, TV series, or listening music, like the participant too, as that said mostly by myself through video games, TV series, and movies.
Yeah. Another question that we asking them, do you use English a lot at university? And most of them say yes, that they use it a lot to study, like the first that says. Yes, I use English to study. Sometimes when I can't understand embryology, I watch videos in English because the best videos are usually in English. The same happens with other subjects. When I need to do research, most articles are also in English.
The next question is, do you believe English outside university? So the most of participants say they use English outside university. And like the first participant, they say, yes, because I am English teacher in a course online.
The other question, do you think you could do well in your course without English? And most of them said yes, but with a complement part that say that would be really difficult that they don't if they don't know English. Like the second, that it would be possible, but much more difficult because most scientific articles are written in English. So they think that if don't have English in their knowledge, they will be more difficult doing in their courses.
The next question is, do you think English should be taught as a subject in your course? So the most participants say that yes, English should be taught as a subject in their course. Like the participants for then say, yes, I believe there should be a compulsory academic English course during the first semesters.
Another question, what is your biggest difficulty with English? And most of the students said that speaking is the most difficult part. Like the five that say speaking, I understand it and really well, but it's really difficult to express my ideas aloud. So speaking is the most difficult part of English for all these students.
The next question is, how would you classify your English level? So three participants say that the English language is intermediate, and three participants don't don't know exactly uh, what is the English level.
In your opinion, how should English be taught? And most of them have different, mainly opinions about how English should be taught, but mostly focus on relation about speaking and grammar with equivalent and balanced methodological like the third. I think class should be include both grammar and conversation. Grammar is important, but students also need the opportunity to practical speaking. In schools, there was little focus on conversation, and I think that should change.
So the next question is, would you change anything about the way you learn English? Here, three students say that no, they don't uh, change anything, like the participants one that say, I don't think I would change anything because in the end, it was good enough. And the participants that say that change something, uh, like participants for them say, yes, I wish I had continued taking private English course after my first course was cancelled. I believe learning English creates many academic, professional, and personal opportunities. Now we will speak about the results. So our research is small because we have only 6 participants. The most participants are white women aged 1925, living in Rio de Janeiro. This profile reflects the majority of students at CCS. However, the main focus of this study is not this. We recognize that they are important because they may be associated with both privilege and discrimination of learning acquired English.
And now I will say about our results that we think that are most important because they are focused on the acquire of English by the student of CCS. And we have some similarity between the participants. That is, most participants student English in private language schools like FISC or other courses. And school English was generally described as basic, and a lot of the students have interest in media like internet, games, movie, and TV series in English. And participants reported positive experience learning English, and the grammar was the main focus of the most English classes, and students don't like that. And reading vocabulary and textbooks-based activities was common teacher methodologies, and speaking was activity limited that participants and students think that needs to be more often offers for them because they like it. And the formal education mainly contributes to grammar and basic vocabulary, while self-study was essential for development fluency in the perspective of these students.
So here I have more similarities between the participants. So most students study English at school as well as in private courses or on their own. All of them consider English important for their academic and professional lives. The use of English at university is very similar among the participants, especially regarding the reading of scientific articles. Most participants reported limited use of English outside university. Participants supported the inclusion of an English course in CCS. Speaking was the main challenge for most participants. Most participants rated their English as intermediate. Most participants recommended a balance between grammar and communication.
And we have also some difference between these participants, that is the learning backgrounds difference, like have some student that studies in private school or other in public schools, and other was entire English by themselves focus. And the length of English study varied for about 1 year to more than 6 years. And the participation also represents different perspectives regarding gender, race, and ethnicity, age, and sexuality. So they have their own identities. So they are very different. And participants reported different perspectives of English learning teaching in the present and in the future.
Now I will conclude our presentation talking about the impacts of English in academic life. So these findings show the importance of thinking about English education in higher education. Access to English should not depend only on students' personal opportunities, financial conditions, or their ability to study by themselves, because this can increase educational inequalities. So universities can help by offering academic English courses, especially in the first semesters. This would give students better access to scientific knowledge and help them to succeed in their academic and professional lives.
So thank you for listening to us. I am Davi and I'm with Kerolyn Melo. And that is our presentation, our research. So thank you.
Thank you.